Am I the asshole for saying that I won't wear a wedding dress on the wedding day? I, 23 female, have been engaged to my boyfriend, 23 male, for about 2 months, and we've been dating for over 6 years. Our wedding is scheduled in a few months, and I'm super excited. When my boyfriend asked me about a wedding dress, I told him that I didn't want one. I typically dress more masculine, and on the wedding day, I want to wear a tux. It's simply what I prefer and have always been what I wanted. Sure, it's not traditional, but I want to do what pleases me. My boyfriend does not like this idea at all. He clearly was not pleased with my desire to wear a tux. He says he hopes I can tolerate being feminine for once, and he always pictured me in a beautiful white dress on our wedding day. I don't know what to do at this point. I still want to wear a tux at the wedding, or something that is not a dress. Personally, I wouldn't be upset with my boyfriend if he chose to wear something out of the ordinary. Am I the asshole? Should I just wear a dress and move on after the event? I love my boyfriend and would love to be his wife.
This is a weird one. This whole time I thought she was like not. I thought she was not straight. I thought she was just attending. I wasn't paying attention that she's the bride.
Yeah, dude, the whole story was about how she's the bride.
Yeah, I got that. So he wants like traditional her wear wedding dress, and she always wears tuxes, I guess.
I think she's just like, probably if she goes to, well, I don't know. I think in one of these comments, I don't know. But she has a few replies. But,
Well,
like,
what do you have to say?
well, my first thought is, how is this not a conversation ever before?
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think that, yeah, again, this should have been a conversation before, so that expectations would have been there. Like, he wouldn't have been imagining for 6 years that you would be in this wedding dress, and you wouldn't be imagining for 6 years that you would be in this tux. Like, you guys would have been on the same page for 6 years.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like,
It's also weird that you're wording him as your boyfriend when I assume he's your fiance, but okay.
yeah, I wonder if there's anything there. But this is not normal for women. Just saying that, like especially straight women. So I'm surprised he hasn't noticed already.
I think we need to look at the replies. So, someone's comment was, how did this conversation never come up before?
Hmm.
If you and your partner cannot reach a solution where you both are going to be happy, are you sure you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody who can't accept you for you? And OP said, I simply assumed he wouldn't mind. We've been together for 6 years and he's never cared about my more masculine style. I know I should have addressed this sooner.
Yeah, no shit. How what? If he's cool with your style, like you say he is, then why isn't he cool now? Like
So,
you did not anticipate this.
this is the response that I was thinking because I saw this before.
Hmm.
But she said, in the past, I've worn more feminine clothes for him on special occasions. I think he assumed that I would only do it again.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in life where people are like, don't have a preference until they're right in the moment, and they're like, "Oh, I always imagine that at the last second."
Yeah.
And I'm
I
guilty
mean,
of that too. Like I've done that before too.
I think if she's gone to like other people's weddings or dances or parties or whatever, and she puts on a dress or something like that, if I was him, I would totally expect that she would, on her
Yeah,
wedding day,
yeah,
that she's wearing a dress for somebody else's wedding. I would assume she's wearing a dress for her own wedding.
yeah,
Like, I would assume that she kind of just dressed more casual on a day to day basis, but when it's like an event, she likes to dress up. That's what I would assume if I was him.
in a dress. You're saying, right?
Yeah, like she dresses up.
Is this a am I the asshole? Because this is not like the biggest deal and not the biggest situation, but I would say you are more in the wrong. The OP is more in the wrong or just not having the conversation and
I think that,
misleading him in a way.
yeah, I think no one's really an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
some people are like, oh, he's an asshole.
Really? Why?
Like, I don't know. But I don't think anyone is the asshole. I would say that you should talk about it and, like, do you really care about wearing a tux? Like, you dressed up for him on
Yeah.
other occasions. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird because she's like, it's just so weird.
This girl seems so much more flexible than she's has this new idea of like, oh, I always wear tuxes, and it's like, well, that's not really true. You're always flexible.
I don't know. I would, if I was him and I always see my girlfriend like wearing a dress at other events, I would think for the main event she would wear a dress. So
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
this
I
this
mean,
is
it could lead into a bigger conversation,
bigger
but
argument.
it probably will.
And this is why is in my mind this is on OP is because he fell in love with you. He fell in love with the idea of everything that you are and your personality and your style and all these things he fell in love with. And if you misrepresent it, then that's on you. I mean, he fell in love with what he thought you were, and he thinks that you're a person who wears like tuxes when you go out and then dresses when it's a formal black tie
I don't
event.
think you wear tuxes when you go out.
Or
I'm
you
assuming
dress
she's wearing
masculine
like hoodies and sweatpants and
overalls.
stuff and like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
being more casual like that. Anybody
Yeah.
could wear that. Like
Yeah.
she might think it's more masculine, but yet it's not as masculine as wearing a tux.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty masculine. Like did you wear suits to
Mm.
other places, like to other events? And he was like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, she likes to wear suits." Or has it always been more casual things
Yeah.
and like on a day-to-day basis things? And then every time it's a special event, you're dressing up. Like, how would he even know?
Hmm.
I don't know. I think he does kind of know. That's what it seems like. Because he said, oh, you can be feminine for one day.
Mm.
So it's like, I don't know. It is like kind of weird. But you've been together for 6 years, so I don't
Yeah.
know. Figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I hope this is not going to be a big deal